Welcome back to the hour. Now, if like me, you grew up in the 90s, the soundtrack to your teen years will be peppered with songs from Amitri. Remember, nothing ever happens, always the last to know. Well, it is such a genuine pleasure to welcome a music legend on the hour. It's Justin Currie.
Good to see you, Justin.
Justin, it's great to see you. Welcome to the hour.
It's lovely to be here. I grew up in the 90s as well. I just happened to be in my 30s. So
yeah, good. I'm glad you did, because we got to hear your music. Now, I think it's a fair comment to say that most Amitri fans, you know, your songs feature in the soundtrack to everyone's life, but you must get quite embarrassed sometimes. Do folk ever come up to you in the street and go, see that song you wrote, by the way, it's when me and my man split up or something?
I really like that. I'd much rather that than the other kind of things that I get.
What other kind of things do you get?
Well, I mean, I made the mistake of allowing one of Amitri songs to be used as a football song in one era, and I took a terrible slagging for that. People used to come up to me.
Don't come home too soon?
Yeah, people used to come up to me and say, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
Because they hated it because it wasn't, you know, jubilant and triumphant.
No, you mean it was honest?
It was a dirge, wasn't it? But then
it
so
was
the game, and we did come home too soon.
Yeah,
so there you go.
I know, but if we hadn't come home too soon, it would have turned into quite a good thing. But no, I like it when people do that. People sometimes just come up to you and say, do you know what I really like is when people say, I don't like your music, I don't like your band, but I really like that song, and it means a lot to me. That's great. I like that.
Well, fair enough.
That doesn't come easily, though, does it? I mean, no one would say you're prolific with your writing. It takes a while to get an album from Justin Currie. It's always worth the wait, but you must spend a lot of time crafting your songs. The craft's obviously really important to you.
I spend a lot of time waiting for them to appear out of the air or wherever songs come from. It's something of a mystery to me. I don't sit down and force myself to write a bunch of songs, because if you do that, well, if I do that, they come out really, they're very self-conscious, and you can see the kind of nuts and bolts in the way they're put together. Whereas I'd rather just sit on the couch and watch the telly, and then if something sort of comes to me, I'll mull it over for a few weeks. I'll go to the pub, and then eventually it's like they kind of percolate, and they, I don't know, they sort of bake inside
like
you.
A
and then
gestation period.
Yeah, there is a gestation period, I think. I mean, a lot of people say that, and I would definitely subscribe to that theory, you know.
I mean, you can tell when you listen to your songs, they've not just been turned out within 30 seconds, so there's a lot of thought went into them. But the new album's out at the moment, it's coming out, sorry, the 3rd of May, The Great War. Tell us a wee bit about that. Well, it's
a much, I suppose, poppier affair than my first solo record, where I deliberately set out to do something really different from Amitri and be very, very serious, actually, and very kind of artistic, for want of a better term. And this is more, there's more variety on it. There's ballads, but there's up things, and there's pop songs on it, you know. I like pop songs. I just didn't write any for a few years after Amitri stopped being Amitri.
So why the title? Why The Great War?
Album titles are... I find it very difficult, because you don't want something that makes that says anything too specific that then starts enforcing a meaning on some of the songs. So you want something that can just encapsulate like a general idea. And a lot of the songs had sort of themes of conflict within relationships or conflicts within oneself, and I thought it just kind of fitted really well.
And what do you hope to achieve for this album? I mean, there'll be, you know, hundreds and thousands of Amitri fans out there that are just waiting for this. But what is success for you now, Justin? What are you looking to achieve?
Well, I mean, I don't have huge expectations. #1 all over the world would do me.
Yeah, lovely. We'll make sure that happens. You're on the hour.
This is the place to start.
Yeah, this is the place to start, definitely. Tell us a bit about the song you're going to perform for us tonight.
Well, this is the first single, A Man With Nothing To Do, which is one of the last things I wrote on the record, and I guess refers to that just sitting about not doing anything, waiting for ideas to arrive. So I took that idea and turned it into a wee love song.
We're looking forward to it, but for fans of the band who are watching, what's the story with Amitri at the moment? Are you resting as a band, or or what's happening?
Yes, I'm resting, darling. After Lear, I'm just exhausted. So, well, me and Ian, the guy with Ian Harvey, the guy with the tash and the long hair, that was my co-conspirator in Amitri. He lives in Oxford, and he's got a Wayne, and he produces bands. But we get together every year or so, and we write songs, and we really like the songs that we've written, and they sound kind of like the Amitri songs, but our manager hates them. So our manager's like, no, you can't release that as Amitri. But yeah, eventually we'll put something out eventually, the two of us, because I love writing with him, and he's a good guy, you know.
That's good to hear. We're really pleased to have you.
And you're going to be on tour as well. You're in Edinburgh on the 22nd of May, aren't you?
Apparently, yes.
Fantastic. Apparently, we'll keep you right, don't worry. But for now, come back and see you soon, Justin. But we can't wait for the new album. It's Justin Currie, everyone. Thank you.
Fabulous. Good to see still the man with the best sideburns in pop.
Ever, yeah.
We'll leave you with the brilliant Justin Currie from both of us. Bye-bye.
The lovers of the world are slaving away, but I do nothing much but breathe. When good men do nothing, it's true what they say. The devil is rolling up his sleeve. And is God so busy in his time now doing nothing too? So baby, here I am waiting for you, a man with nothing to do. Let the years go by, let the daylight die. I can't think of anything to be. The planes in the sky, the lines in the road, human hands make everything you see. And if you keep busy in your mind, do you think you'll see this through? So baby, here I am waiting for you, a man with nothing to do. I don't tend the fields, I don't toil at the sea, so I am passing the time by letting time pass over me. So baby,